So we're gonna UV unwrap this bad boy here. I'm gonna go to UVs up here, the UV editor. Now, typically, if you have another screen, you can throw this over there, but clearly I don't, so we're gonna I think what might be easier is if I go here, and we're gonna go change this to the workspace to UV edited. There we go. So that way I have it split in half. Go back here, and I can see what I need. Okay. So, this is your UV toolkit. You're gonna do create, cut and sew, unfold, align and snap, scroll down a little bit more, and arrange and layout. You need all of these guys. Now, I've never used these except for these. I've never used this. I don't never I've never had to use soft selection or select by type or pinning. I've never used these, so don't worry about these for now. Okay, so what you want to worry about is the ones that I just said: create, cut and sew, unfold, align and snap, and arrange and layout. Okay, so here's your cube. This is what it looks like right now, and this is your UVs. If I hit this, you will be able to see it, but I don't particularly like to have it here. It's very hard for me to see what I'm doing, so I usually turn this off when I'm UV unwrapping, but this is the base UV unwrapping tool that comes with Maya. Okay. Now, typically you have automatic. Do not do automatic. I don't care what anybody says. Do not do automatic, because it will do it in such a way that you end up with more planes and parts that you don't need, and it becomes a huge mess. You don't want automatic. It's better you just do it manually. The next you have cylindrical by its name. You use it for cylinders. Spherical, same thing. Normal based, just based off the normal maps. And planar and best plane. My favorite to use is camera based and planar for specific stuff. So we're gonna do camera based, and that's what it does. It puts it at, I put it at an angle intentionally so that I can see it. But I'm going to leave this as is because it technically is already unwrapped because it's a simple cube and Maya already has like a base. Now if I was to add modeling to it now, it will be a little weird. It'll be a little weird. See? It'll still keep it, but it's wrong because, as you can see, it's just dragged out. It's not how it's supposed to look. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna turn this off again because I don't want to see the texture on here. And I'm going to right click and hold. You're gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're gonna press Assign New Material. Once you have this selection here, you're going to see your favorites, and you can put your own little stuff here if you want to. But if you're going to go to Maya, right here, you're going to see Lambert, Fong, Blinn. Those are like the basic Maya shaders. Scroll down to Arnold, you see AI Standard Surface. Now, I could use, Lambert because that's the basic, but I'm going to do Arnold because I want to do some fancy stuff. Okay. Go ahead and save. There. So we have AI standard surface right there, and your attribute editor is up. So if you go over to here, you will see it right there. The other place that you will see it is in the hypershade, which is this little eyeball looking thing here. I just call it an eyeball. I know it's actually like a sphere with a little indentation, but up here it looks like an eyeball. So I just call it the eyeball looking thing. So this is your hypershade. You're going to see it here. this comes with it. Don't worry about this one. And this is the basic Lambert. Do not touch any of these. Maya will never get rid of these, so don't touch them. So this is the one we just created. You always want to name your textures, because when you have a huge project and you're seeing all the different textures here, you won't be able to recognize them right away just by, looking at them. And so it's better if you just name them. So I'm going to name this one Dirt Block, because that's the one I have. That's one of them I have. So Dirt Block. There we go. Okay. Let me close that down. Bring this back up. Dirt Block. See, it's changed its name. Under color, oops, you can manipulate it that way, but that's not what I want. You're gonna go click this checker box tool here, little button here. Honestly, this kind of reminds me of those cookies that have like, you know, one part chocolate, one part vanilla, and it looks like a checker board kind of thing. So you're gonna go to File, and you're gonna press Image. You're gonna see it says File, Place 2D Texture. Under Image Name, you're gonna go to little File button right here. And because I already placed my images that I'm going to use into the source images folder here, which is why this was so important. Oh, I forgot I didn't have the dirt block. Oh, my bad. I'll do Honey. I'll change the name in a second. So we're going to do Honey. I got this image from a Minecraft block generator. Press OK. Now, you won't see anything, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine that you won't see anything because I didn't put the textures on. To put the textures on, you'd either press 6, there it is, or you can see it up here. It's this little option box right there. Okay? So now you should be able to see it, and then there it is. I'm probably going to modify this texture real quick because I don't like how squished it is. So I'm going to be right back. Okay, we're back. So I just resized it, and as you can see, it's now on this box much better, and it's no longer all the way up here as it was prior. All I did was just, cropped it so it wouldn't get rid of the bottom part there. So now we're going to, oh yes, before I forget, if you hold down the right mouse button, you will see these options. These is the components, or the different component modes that you will use for modeling. For now, you're in object mode, which is why it shows up as green. I'm going to turn this off so you can see better. You're in object mode when you see it in green. Okay. And you're in component mode when you're gonna go. It turns to like a light cerulean blue type thing, and then you're gonna have. This is vertex mode, and so you have these little points, and those are the vertices, vertices or vertices. If you hold on right click, again you have the face mode. There you go. That just clicks the faces, and this one is the edge mode. And you notice they're all in like the cerulean blue mode. Just when you click on different parts of the object, you will be able to see it light up. Okay? But right now we want object mode. And I'm going to bring back the textures, and I'm also going to make sure I can see the wireframe even when I'm not clicking it. It's super useful. And I'm also going to do it over here. I need to be able to see this texture in order for me to put it on, okay? I mean, see the object in order to put this on here. So, this one here changes it from the outline to the blue. Blue means it's good. If this shows up as purple, it means one of the normals is flipped, and it's also underneath the blue. If that shows up as purple, if it shows up as pink, that means that it is incorrect and you need to fix it. But don't worry about that right now. So, alright. So from here, you're gonna right click and you're gonna go scroll up to the edge mode. You just have to right click and hold and put the mouse over there. Okay? Now we're in edge mode. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to UV Toolkit, and we're just going to cut all of these. Okay? You're going to go over to the toolkit over here and just hit cut. You'll know it's done if you go to right click and hold UV shell, and you can pull apart the entire object like so. The other way you will know if it's done correctly is if I go to object mode. I'll turn this back on, put it the outlines only. Let's turn this off really quick. I don't want to see it. You can see it kind of slightly. A very thick white line. That means you have a UV outline. Okay? That means you've done it correctly. If you do not see that, it means you haven't cut it. Okay? So let's bring this back up. Bring back my blue. And I am going to decide. Let's see the front view really quick. So this is my front. I'm going to go to face mode really quick. That's my front. It's over here. So this is my front. So that means I want this one here. So I'm going to move all of these guys to the side because I don't need them right now. Just move them over to the other tile. Don't worry. It's fine. Just move them on over. Okay, so this was my front. We're going to take this bad boy and we're going to put them right here. This is a smaller tile, so I'm not going to worry about that just yet. We're just going to leave it there for now. Okay, so that's the front. Okay, now we're going to head back to edge mode. You see this lights up as red. Any other object, any other side of the UVs that you see lights up as red, that means that those two are connected. I want the sides to be there. So I'm going to go over to my UV toolkit and I'm going to see stitch together. Stitch together actually moves the object over to where you want it to go, and so you don't have to, move it manually. Doing it again. I want that to be the top. That's one's the bottom. And this one, I want it at the side. There. So now it's almost correct. We have a few little deformations because this is this UV isn't exactly square. So we're gonna modify it. First things first, go back to UV shell. As you notice, it's been merged together, which is good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to UV, not vertex, UV, and we're going to move this so it is at marquee click, just like click outside of it and drag. That's marquee selection. See those little points that show up? You're gonna just select those and drag it up to the edge of the texture. Too close to the edge. I suppose that's right, just good. I'm going to do this for this side as well. I'm going to bring this down right there. And then for each edge, I'm going to bring this right there and right there. Then okay. Then we're going to bring this over. And we'll do the same thing for here. And with that, there is my little honey block. Isn't that pretty? It's so nice.